And I want to close today with a moment of movement, a moment of possibility. Because we are, after all, the Reform movement. I thought some movement might help us see that we are a different kind of movement. Before we had sacred texts or holy rituals, we humans expressed our deepest spiritual yearnings in dance. In the course of history, there are so many varied expressions of dance. Very briefly, I want to highlight the relationship between classical ballet and modern dance. Why? As a way of gaining a deeper understanding of the process of reforming Judaism. These two remarkable dancers, Kendra Portier and Christina Jane Robson, are part of David Dorfman Dance. I met David in the early 90s at Jacob's Pillow at a Jewish artist retreat, and we've remained connected over the years. You got to admit, there's a beauty and an elegance in this highly evolved and very refined way of moving. But at the beginning of the 20th century, the first modern pioneers rebelled against the rigidity and formality of classical dance in the hopes of finding new ways of moving, new ways to express the yearning of the human spirit. As you can see, this is a different kind of movement. You got that? Look at that. Now, if you did that in a ballet class, I'm sorry, they would kick you out. The early modern dancers were all about rebelling from the limits of classical ballet, though most of them had been trained in ballet. Doesn't it sound a little bit like Reform Judaism? They had to rebel against traditional Judaism. The early reformers and modern dancers both needed to break away from more traditional forms. You could say in ballet there are too many rules, and in modern dance there aren't enough. Reform Jews, does that sound a wee bit familiar? In ballet, men partner their ballerinas. Like traditional Judaism, ballet kept women and men in stratified roles for centuries. In modern dance, however, men partner with men. Women lift women, and there are no more strict gender roles. Today, however, ballet and modern dance are not two antagonistic worlds. Modern dance choreographers are regularly commissioned to create dances for the world's best ballet companies. Many modern dancers take ballet to give them certain kinds of technical strength. Yes, it can be challenging to meld these two schools together. There can be conflict. But the world is better, richer, and more beautiful because modern dance has helped to redefine what contemporary ballet looks like and what dance can be. Ballet can be extraordinarily beautiful to dance or to watch, but for too long that was the only serious way to dance. No more. Now subjects previously unknown are explored through contemporary dance. Ballet dancers used to ridicule the way modern dancers moved, but not any longer. Now they have a healthy respect for each other without the rivalries and competitions of old. Today, we Reformed Jews are no longer allergic to everything in traditional Judaism. We can and should reinterpret what prayer, kashrut, and Shabbat are, how Jewish study and practice can be the underpinning of Tikkun Olam. They can give us the balance and strength to labor daily to do justice in our time. For us, being religious is not about being dogmatic, intolerant, rigid, or unchanging. It's about living a life of depth and commitment. It shapes who we are and leads us to build just communities, which in turn shape a more just, compassionate, and whole world. We are partners with the Holy One in shaping our world as it ought to be. Each day we pray the words of Aleinu, which remind us of our sacred obligation to Am Yisrael, to our Jewish brothers and sisters. But as you know, toward the end of Aleinu, we say, Litaken olam b'malchut Shaddai, to repair the world under divine sovereignty. Rav Sadia Gaon's 10th century Siddur contains a variant spelling of the word tikkun. It is spelled with a kaf and not a kuf. This switch of one single letter changes the meaning from repair to hold together. Maybe this is nothing more than a scribal error, but I love the additional meaning of Rav Sadia Gaon's version. Besides repairing the world, engaging in tikkun olam also holds us together. That's the invitation we should be extending. And this is our moment to shout that message from the rooftops. This is our moment to move and move. Did you see how we moved here? We can move in a way that brings confidence and purpose and creativity and inclusion and inspiration and depth and serious and joy. This is our moment to grow our congregations, to bring new depth and diversity to our community, and to make our movement even more powerful as an advocate for social justice in Israel, in North America, and anywhere else our world needs repair. This is a moment for boldness, a moment for courage. Stand up, please, if you will. Stand up. If your legs still are awake, stand up and feel and seize with me this moment. Let us stand up and shout. Let us fling open our doors and our hearts, and let us infuse our movement and its proud tradition with new energy and new hope and new meaning and new life.